Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the next reaction to the 100 Season 3. Last week we watched Fallen, and a lot of stuff happened in that episode. I say that every week, I need to stop saying that. But some really big things happened. So, back in like Arcadia, A.L.I.E is now taking over a lot more people with the help of Raven, Abby, Eric Jackson, Jaha. So many people, and in Raven in particular, she's now taking over like a whole brain synapses and things like that. Because Raven was in so much pain because they gave her the pain back, and Raven kind of submitted completely to A.L.I.E, so she's like taking over her body, and she did that whole thing where she sat up like Michael Myers did at the end of Halloween. That was really creepy. But luckily, Jasper got out of there. He's like one of the only few people that's not involved in the Pike storyline. Because if you're involved in the Pike storyline, you're pretty safe right now, but that might change. And who is not one of the A.L.I.E crew, and he managed to get a truck, kidnap Raven, get a truck and drive out of there. So I'm excited to see where that goes. Clark's also there because he's trying to find Luna, but I'm less interested in that than I am the Jaha stuff and the A.L.I.E stuff, because like they said that as soon as Raven wakes up, we'll be able to know where they are. But if they like blindfold Raven, there's ways they're gonna have to go about it to get information or help Raven get through that barrier again without them finding out. And I'm really intrigued to see how they play that, because there's a couple of ways that could go incredibly wrong, and there's so many more people on A.L.I.E.'s team that I don't really know. Over in the Grounder camp of things, there was more of Ontari killing away to the top. She killed that other guy. She's refusing to do the rituals, mostly because she can't do the rituals because Clark is the Flamekeeper. She has the chip that they need, so she can't do things the legit way. So she's just kind of forced her way to the top. And we last left off where Murphy was had the chain around his neck. And she was like pulling him closer and like, they're going to sleep together. Now, I kind of had a feeling they would anyway. There was a bit of flirty chemistry. And also, a while ago, once I started getting that little feeling of, I find Murphy quite attractive, I did a little bit of a Google search to see what pictures I could find of Richard Harmon. And I just remember seeing him topless in bed with someone, and I presumed it was from the show, but I don't know. Maybe it's her, maybe that's going to happen soon. I don't know how I feel about their relationship, because Murphy's always been an outsider, so it makes sense that he's like attracted to someone of power who's interested in him, who he can kind of like support and lead from the back in a sort of way. This episode is called Nevermore, so obviously that always means not again, never again. But also, I remember it's from the Edgar Allan Poe. Is it a poem or is it a story? I think it's a story called The Raven. So I'm guessing it's going to be about Raven, and that's going to be heavily featured, which is quite exciting, because I just don't know where this A.L.I.E storyline's going, and that is really exciting. Like with that weather, there was still a lot of twists and turns along the way, but I kind of figured at the end of it they would wipe out. They would probably kill the commander, chancellor guy, I can't remember what his name was, and Cage, and rescue some people. Obviously, they didn't rescue not many people. They killed most of them, but I saw a clear insight for that, in a way. But this one I don't, so I'm excited. Let's jump into it. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know down below in the comments what you thought, and subscribe to my channel for the rest of Season 3 of the 100. And if you want to be really nice and really help support me, be really kind if you look at the Patreon link down below, and there'll be full-length reactions to every episode of the 100 so far, and the next few. Let's jump into Series 3, episode... What episode is this? 12? 11? 11? Let's jump into Series 3, episode 11, Nevermore.
My mother let them shoot at me.
I can see the appeal. Stop talking, look for the cave. Sinclair said it'd be around here somewhere.
She ain't your mother no more.
I don't understand it either.
Well, she is, but not properly.
We'll know soon enough.
You can't just leave.
Watch me.
You heard what Jasper said on the radio. Arcadia is not safe.
What Jasper said sounds insane. Pike's gone. I can handle myself.
They're all a bunch of like robots, essentially.
Burn their
You know what I
I
mean?
know that.
Mindless people, zombies.
Where are you gonna go?
You don't get to ask me then.
What more do I have to do to prove that I am on your side?
Bring Lincoln back.
I don't think he's gonna be able to, I'm afraid, my
Carrying
darling.
Pike in does not make you one of the good guys, Bellamy. You did that to save me. Not because what you thought Pike was doing to the Grounders was wrong.
The Grounders were starving us out.
Because you massacred an army that was sent to protect us.
Yep.
That army could have attacked us at any time, and you know it.
But why would they?
You did that. You were hurting, and you lashed out. Because that's what you do. There are consequences, Belle. People get hurt.
He does have to atone for what he did. It's not as simple as one action's going to solve it, because you massacred 300 people. It takes a lot to make up for that.
Get to the ridge radio if you spot anyone falling. Harper will stay here and watch.
I am glad this season we're getting more Miller storylines. Because I think the first 2 seasons I forgot he even existed for most of the time.
Jaw's been chipping everyone.
Jasper's right, I've seen it with my own eyes.
I don't need your help, all right? Just take it
Calm
easy
down.
and explain. Jaw is using the chips to control everyone. You swallow it, and it changes you. You forget who you are, and then you see this thing, A.L.I.E. Only she's not really there. She made Raven slit her own wrists. She was trying to get in her head.
He sounds like a crazy person. If I didn't see it with my own eyes, I'm like,
Say how?
what on earth are you talking about?
Does it look like this?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
There it is.
Not exactly.
Version 2 of my program.
Knock her out. Knock her the fuck out. Oops, pardon my French.
I need to
Knock
know
her.
the location.
Punch her.
Find a landmark.
If Raven finds out where we are, so will
Why are they struggling? Knock her out.
Reaper stick.
That took way too long.
Last dose.
Oh, is this the shot
I'll talk to her.
person that she slept with at the beginning of the season?
I thought you said she was a friend.
Sort of.
We'll handle it. Just stay here.
Yeah, because it's only Jessica Harmon. That's Richard Harmon's sister, right? So creepy though, really.
We need to know where you are.
Oh yeah.
Let me go! Let me go! Let me go! Let me go!
Poor Raven. She doesn't get much of a break, does she really?
Let me go!
They're gonna have to do like a exorcism of sorts.
Regardless, without an electromagnet, this is just talk.
Where do we get one?
The arc. Every station has a pulsed inductive thruster for maneuvering.
Arcadia's out of the question. It's too dangerous. You heard them.
We use the dropship.
I said dropship.
It has PI thrusters just like the arc.
There might be stuff there.
Okay, I'll go salvage the magnet.
I also like that we're getting more of Sinclair.
You should stay with Raven and figure out how this thing works.
Don't do that, Raven. What are you doing?
Oh god. Right. Knock her out, Jasper.
There is no pain in the city of A.L.I.E.
I need bandages!
I got her.
No, we take a risk.
It is like a possession demon thing, isn't it?
Raven, stop fighting us!
Like the Exorcist.
A.L.I.E. 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 I know you can hear us. Why are you doing this to her? Let her go.
I'll let her go when you give me what I want. The technology that Clark carries. It belongs to me.
We'll take turns.
You don't give the orders, Clark.
Guess he doesn't forgive you for murdering his girlfriend.
Jasper, take a break.
Come on, Jasper. We were so close to being on your side, to rooting for him. I understand he's still hurting. Now's not the time.
She's trying to save Raven. Guess she thinks Raven's worth saving.
God, it wasn't about that.
Lucky for her. You can't let your anger get in the way of what we have to do. You know, that's funny, coming from you. It's when you're angry, people die. Just ask that girl over there.
Cut to the core, Jasper. He's 1000% correct.
Do you ever see their faces? What?
of all the people you've killed. I know what you're doing. Everywhere you go, death follows. You always want to save everyone.
But you forget all that if you come to the
What you
city of
realize is
light.
you're the one we need saving from. Wells is dead because you couldn't see Charlotte was a basket case. Finn is dead because you broke his heart and then slid a knife into it. Al, I bet you got Lexa killed too. Shut up. And then there's dear old Dad.
I said shut up.
Your mom's in here with me, Clark. She tells me you tried to convince him not to go public about the fact the Ark was dying. Guess you should have tried harder. His blood is on your hands too. Shut up! Selfless bastard. We see you for what you really are.
You're done, A.L.I.E. You hear me? We're gonna fry you!
Oh, shush, Clark. She was right, though. I mean, we think about it like that when it's all put together.
They must be building the EMP. It's what I was trying to do.
They would need an electromagnet. Where would they get one?
Oh,
They're
God.
going to the dropship.
No!
So are we.
This is why what I would have done is tie Raven down, blindfold her, plug her ears up, and just leave her. Because all these things they can use, like this, they would never have known about this.
We survived together.
Lincoln was my people. I'm not tree crew, I'm not sky crew. I'm nothing.
You're one of the 100.
Not anymore.
Octavia.
I let her get to me.
You don't say. Take a break. Don't let her beat me up for a while.
I'm sorry.
What?
I never wanted to hurt Maya. I never wanted any of this.
I believe that.
I had to save our people.
I was going to save everyone.
I wish you could have.
Shove your regret up your ass.
Alright, Jasper. Fucking hell. It's frustrating because he's acting like their choice was intentional to hurt him and kill Maya. It was never like, oh, let's flip the switch, Maya dies. Ah!
I got it.
You know? But he's not mature enough to see that. Who's that?
Monty.
She's got to be one of them now, right? Because A.L.I.E would have sent people to here.
Pretty sure I lost them in the woods. Did you see anyone? They're everywhere.
What was Dad's favorite color?
We don't have time for this. We can't stay. Everyone knows to look for you here.
Brown. He said it reminded him of your eyes.
Don't let him leave. He needs to take the key so he can lead us to Raven.
At least he finally addressed what I mentioned last time, that all Pike's team seemed oblivious to this whole A.L.I.E stuff going on.
When you take this.
Ah. Oh God.
Don't make me do this.
Could have just knocked her out. Team. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to miss her. Surely, like, you could have gone behind her and smacked her over the head with something. Would that not work? I don't know how these chips function with the brain.
That wasn't really her. It was A.L.I.E.
But surely, like,
My mom was already gone.
they can knock people out with the drugs, so surely, like, a blow to the head would do the same thing.
It wasn't her.
Why do you give Bellamy a pass for murdering your girlfriend?
That's why I said.
What was her name?
Don't talk about Maya. You don't have to listen to this.
Let's protect Jasper. Jasper's so sensitive. Jasper's lost someone. Everyone cater to his feelings. We've all lost someone. You don't see us falling apart. Being useless.
Now you took a pill to take your pain away. You gave up your memories.
You used to get high off people's medicine. Being a selfish loser is your only move.
Stop.
That's all we see when we look at you. A coward. A waste of breath. Why do you even bother living? You're weak. Pathetic. You can't save me. You can't even save yourself.
I'm really enjoying this.
You couldn't save what's her name.
You know her name! Jasper.
Get a grip.
It's not Raven talking.
You know her name. Shut up.
Does it bother you that you don't get any credit for the genocide at Mount Weather? Clark gets to be the commander of death, but you murdered all those people too, and you're just forgotten. Then again, you didn't get any credit for the culling on the Ark either. How many people suffocated when you threw away my radio? I mean, at least Clark was saving her own people. You were just saving your own ass. Of course, that's nothing.
Oh yeah.
Compared to killing your own mom. You just had to take little sister to her first dance. You might as well just shoved Aurora out of the airlock yourself.
That's intense.
So you're a follower. Clark's been back for one day and you're already taking orders. A good little knight by his queen's side.
I have a lot to
Too
say.
bad you were never that devoted to Gina.
I just don't want to talk over it.
Don't worry. Gina was already dead when Mount Weather blew up. And you avenged her, right?
I mean, you picked up a gun and slaughtered an army that was sent to protect us. That had nothing to do with
Oh god.
my father. You killed him. Nyla, you can't be in here.
It's too late. Raven's already seen her. A.L.I.E knows we're here.
Good work, Raven. Help is on the way.
That whole thing was one of my favourite things of this entire season. I have things to say. I'm going to wait till my wrap up at the end. But I loved that. Her talking to Clark, Jasper, Bellamy. Amazing.
All I wanted was to protect my people.
No, you didn't.
By destroying mine.
They weren't a threat. So that's bullshit logic.
I'm sorry.
People like you always are.
Nyla. Cutting deep.
Hold it still! Raven!
You know too much. I can't let them have you.
Raven! Stop, Raven!
What's she going to do to her?
She's trying to kill herself. Raven, stop.
Hold her head. And
You know it well. Please don't do that.
Don't listen to her.
Please.
you don't listen. Don't listen. It's not her.
Sinclair, no.
We've only got one
Sinclair, do it.
He will fry the wristband too.
Do it.
Okay, got it.
Go.
The drones are here.
Not anymore. Get the damn battery. Go!
Got it.
Hi, A.L.I.E. Oh.
Wake up! Please.
Okay. I think we should be fine.
What are you doing?
Don't move.
No, you can't. No, give it back.
A.L.I.E did that to Raven. She's never gonna get this.
No, stop. It's Lexa.
But it's not really, though.
Oliver's still in there. I saw them cut it out of her head. Both the AIs were made by the same person. Both tap into human consciousness.
Uh-huh.
They must work similarly, right?
There's probably only one pathway to consciousness, so it's possible, yeah.
What does this have to do with anything? I've seen an AI get removed before. Help me get her on her side.
And cut out the back of her neck. It's weird. I'd like to know how it actually works from a scientific point of view. Like, you swallow it, and it makes its way here. I don't know how I feel about the logic there, but it's a sci-fi show. It's fine. It just looks like a lot of blood to me.
It must be whatever's left of the chip.
Okay.
Couldn't do what you did.
Ouch.
Get the hell away from me!
give either of us the chance to find out. Just go, Claire.
You can't stay here.
What do you do when you realize you might not be the good guy?
There are no good guys. I knew you were going to say that. See, I pay attention to the show. But just some people say I talk too much and I miss stuff. I remember that. There are no good guys quote.
So sorry for all the crap I said.
And for punching me in the face, right?
No, you definitely deserve that.
Oh yeah. Did I see Jasper smile though? It's been a bloody long time.
Because I know why she wants a second AI.
Okay.
Why?
It's the only thing that can stop her.
Then let's stop her.
This show does a lot of really good moments where it's like music's building, let's all come together, we're gonna win this war. It always gets me really pumped up. It's like, yes. Hey, I've been here for a while.
With Raven's abilities, she'll be able to understand what she learned here. They'll know the second AI can stop me. We'll have to kill them all.
You can try, bitch. It's not gonna happen. Okay, that was my reaction to Series 3, Episode 11, Nevermore. We've only got 5 episodes left of this season. I'm trying to watch these behind the scenes a little bit faster than I did with Series 2. Because Series 2, I mostly just did like 1 a week. Maybe 2 if I had the chance to record extra. I'm trying to ramp up the amount that I film these to avoid spoilers and stuff in comments. And I'm avoiding a lot of YouTube comments whilst I'm filming. But I feel like I'm flying through this season. I'm really enjoying this. It does feel very different. I have said it a few times that the A.L.I.E stuff does feel very different and very. It took me a little while to get on board with how it fit into the 100 because it's like the more elevated sci-fi elements. But I'm really enjoying it. I had a great time with this episode. Let's talk about a few different storylines. So, Monty's mum situation. It's really sad that Monty killed his mum. It is. I still don't. I've said it a few times during my reaction, so I'll try not to repeat it too much. But I don't know why he couldn't have knocked her out. I then tried to convince myself that okay, maybe something in the brain means that you can't be knocked out with this chip in your brain, so it can still wake you up. But then like the injection thing can knock Raven out. And I'm surely like with 2.0, which is probably a more advanced version of the chip. There's probably more things that chip can do. And also, Lexa at some point, or Commander at some point will have been knocked out with that chip in, surely. Or they'll be known as these, like, indestructible creatures that feel no pain and have, like... Could Lexa never feel pain? Maybe the Seat of Light's not part of the first A.L.I.E 2.0. That's a whole conversation for another episode. We'll get into that another time. But I feel like there could have been a way that Monty could have gone around it without shooting his mum to death. I ain't gonna miss the character though. I didn't like her at all. As much as I like the little moment where she protected Monty, she then turned him in. So I don't miss her. Sad that Monty had to kill her though, because Monty's such a nice character and he's always seemed so genuine. Even when he followed Pike briefly, I don't think he really knew what he was doing. So it was sad to see him have to kill his mum. Oh well, at least it saved Octavia. If it was to save someone like Jasper, I would have been like, not worth it. But to save Octavia, it was really good. And I enjoyed this episode because all the stuff with Raven in the bed, it felt very much like I was watching some sort of exorcism movie, like The Exorcist or I don't know, The Exorcism of Emily Rose or The Conjuring or whatever, where like someone's tied to a bed and they're screaming and the demon's inside them and everyone's trying to get it out of them. It was like a really weird horror twist to the 100 on top of like the zombie stuff. I know it's not really zombies, it's not really robots, like I keep mentioning. It's the AI that's taking over the brains and whatnot, but like the way they were all like walking and following orders mindlessly and stuff, it's like a comparison. And so this felt like a demon exorcism episode. It was good, it was really good. And that scene, or that multiple scenes where Raven / A.L.I.E were in that bed talking to Clark, Bellamy and Jasper. That's 4, but whatever. I struggle to do that. For some reason I can't do that. I don't know, I can do it on that hand. Whatever. I loved it. I really loved it. I found it really fascinating to watch. And it happens in a lot of TV shows, and I always find it really funny. Whenever there's a bad guy, or someone that's possessed by a bad entity or spirit, whatever, they always talk to people and get into their heads and get them to get angry and upset and kick off. And I get a bit confused. I'm like, I get when Bellamy was upset that Nyla came in and confronted him because it was a real, genuine, emotional reaction from her and him. But when like Raven was telling him about stuff or talking to Clark about all the stuff she's done, yes, they say personal things. Yes, they say things that are in your brain. Yes, they twist your mind and stuff. But when someone's trying to do it to rile you, there's got to be a level of disassociation. Where, like, if someone's trying to wind me up on purpose in YouTube comments, there's people that do it, and they'll go in and they'll say things to annoy me. That doesn't bother me at all because you're trying to get to me, and that's a level of, well, whatever, do what you want, say what you want, I'm not bothered. But when there's like my friends would say stuff, that would be a different sort of story. So it happens in a lot of movies, books, TV shows, games, whatever. When there's like a demon that's trapped and they're manipulating the people outside of it. And they're like, how dare you, I'm going to kill you. And all that kind of stuff. Or like how Clark got really upset because of all the deaths and stuff they mentioned. I'm like, come on, just you realise what they're trying to do and just rise above it. But it was very interesting to see them list off all the people at Clark's death that she's been involved with. And more so Bellamy. Because I completely forgot that they had to kill people on the Ark. Because Bellamy destroyed the radio in Series 1 to protect his own back. I completely forgot about that. And that's like, okay, so he killed more people. That he's been involved directly, indirectly, whatever you want to call it, with more people's deaths than Clark has. And yet, she's seen as the bringer of death. She's put on this bloody pedestal all the time. And he's done as much bad things as well. He's done worse. Like, Mount Weather stuff was bad. But on top of that, he's got massacring, helping massacre 300 grounders that were just help trying to protect them. And the Ark stuff, like the protecting his own back, which led to other people dying, which he didn't know. Although he knew they were being sent to the Earth to see if it was inhabitable. They knew it was inhabitable, but the communication was cut off. Whatever. But yeah, just seeing all the things that they've done and been involved with put together like that does make you kind of put things into perspective a little bit about who's worse off, Clark or Bellamy. And also, yeah, there's a lot of emotional stuff, character pieces here that I really found really fascinating because Raven's performance was brilliant. I've got to give it to her. She was great in this episode. That was one of my favourite, like I say, that set of scenes, some of the best stuff so far this season, definitely. I thought it was fantastic writing and really good seeing into the characters and how they're dealing, or more accurately, not dealing with stuff, a la Jasper. Speaking of Jasper, he's back onto the level of irritating me. He went from, okay, you're acting like the hero, you're trying to do a good thing, I'm going to give you another chance. And he didn't destroy Alexa, or the Alexa, stop. See that little ring spinning, bitch. He didn't destroy the chip with her in. Even though, like, I don't think they really fully understand that they're not actually in the chip. Because does 2.0 have its own City of Light? In which case there might be like versions of them uploaded to it. But it's not the same sort of thing. And I think, I understand why Clark's holding on to that. But yeah, it's good that Jasper didn't destroy it. And it's definitely solidified a bit more now that 2.0 and 1.0 are so different. The chips are very different through different things. And 2.0 can wipe out 1.0. So that's really exciting. And also, I mentioned it briefly in the episode, I might have to cut it out for YouTube, depending on how much I can put in. But I did mention this episode, because I forgot to mention it a few episodes ago, the mansion at the end of Series 2, and the missile that was there, and the drones, it was kind of all skated over. I kind of hope we find out a bit more about that. Like, what was the purpose of that huge mansion? Because I was excited to spend a lot of time there, in that mansion, and see what it was about. Why was she in the mansion? Why was she in this mansion in the middle of nowhere? What was the purpose of the lighthouse? There was things there that was kind of started to build up on, but since like episode 2, we've not been there, we've not talked about it, we've not talked about the drones. They made a reappearance here, but they've not been used since. Like, it's not like she's using them to cycle around Arcadia to look out for people. They've not been touched on, so I'm hoping it all comes together to be explained by the finale, Because if not, it feels like various things introduced at the end of Series 2 were just kind of wiped out, retconned a little bit. Not retconned, that's the wrong term to use, but just not really explained very well. But we've got 5 episodes to go. We are getting answers. Oh, we're also getting deaths, like Monty's mum was gone now, so yeah. No Grounder stuff, no Murphy stuff this episode, so whether the next episode is going to be solely them, like a few episodes this season have gone for like the 2 camps essentially. There's been all Grounder stuff and then there's been all Arcadia stuff, so maybe it's going to be like that, and it could focus on Pike and Murphy and Ontari and all that stuff. So let's see what the next episode brings next week. Okay, as always guys, my name is Scott. I hope you guys are well, taking care of yourselves and staying as safe as possible. Thanks for watching. Leave some comments down below if you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought of the episode, of the reaction. Please think about subscribing to my channel for the rest of Season 3. And if you know anyone else that might like this kind of stuff, please send them a link their way to see if they enjoy my content. It really does help me out. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all very soon for the next episode of the 100. Bye guys, and stay safe.